Welcome, we're Two Old Chuffs, a tale of two hospices. I'm Tamsin Thomas.
And I'm Gina Starnes.
And every couple of weeks we hope to share with you little inside secrets about our charity, which is of course Cornwall Hospice Care, and to celebrate through this year our 40th anniversary. Now, if you cast your minds back, in our second podcast we talked, do you remember, to the wonderful Barbara.
Fantastic.
She was an amazing lady, is an amazing lady. Barbara has been volunteering for 45 years. So she was right in at the beginning when all the money was being raised. But now we're bringing our 40th anniversary right up to where we are now with part 2. And we're welcoming to join us today Judy Lawton, who is, and this is probably the best title in the world, the 40th Anniversary Project Coordinator.
Well done.
You need a breath.
Serious badge for that.
Yeah. Big badge.
Big badge.
Because, of course, Judy, you're involved in running all the events that we're going to have.
Yes.
And activities to mark this 40th year.
Yes.
One of which launches this very day, Valentines Day. Big kisses, by the way, to both of you.
Thank you. Very nice. Thank you very much. Haven't had a card yet, but hey ho. Wait and see
Don't
if
think
there's
I have either.
We can sort that out, I'm sure.
Someone's scuttling now in the background. I need a card. But today we launch Love to Remember.
Love to Remember, a fabulous idea, which originally was to plant 40 trees, but moved rapidly into planting 40 camellias. And what better place to do it than Mount Edgecombe Country Park? The perfect place. And they have welcomed us. Have they not?
Fantastic.
With open arms, and they have found an area, a dedicated area, that if I'm right, Tamsin will correct me, is going to be called the Cornwall Hospice Care 40 Years National Collection, on a great big board so everyone can see, and it's a legacy that will live on as the camellias grow. And they're going to source 40 camellias that they haven't got to add to their collection of nearly 1,000.
It's the biggest collection of camellias in the country.
Yeah, and
at Mount
so
Edgecombe.
I had no idea that we had a huge camellia collection there.
No, it's phenomenal, and they've got Lee, the head gardener, has had. I think he said he's worked there over 30 years, and he has a massive passion for camellias. So they've now got Jim in, who's cataloguing them and also knows his stuff about camellias, and he has found the camellias he wants, and then they will be planted, and there will be a plaque, and we will be asking people to buy a camellia in memory of someone. So the camellia will be planted, the plaque will say Cornwall Hospice Care 40 years in memory of, and then you've got that there.
What a lovely idea.
Forever. And it's so lovely. I have decided that I'm doing it for my mum and dad. And Mount Edgecombe Country Park are absolutely delighted. They are, the gardeners are thrilled to bits that we want to do this.
Brilliant.
And they've chosen, haven't they, this amazing place to put it against a lovely wall, one of the lovely old walls at Mount Edgecombe. But wherever you come into the park, there's a junction and it's right there, so you'll see it, whoever comes on the path.
And there's a beautiful tree that's got all that gnarl around its trunk, and as we walked away, Tamsin and I were coming up with the idea of a seat, a wraparound seat.
Nice.
That would look really nice.
It's never an opportunity missed, is there, for you ladies, I have to say?
No.
No, but it's I think it's a lovely idea. And do you remember what Barbara was saying about the vision for the idea of an adult hospice came from the then Lady Mount Edgecombe?
Yes.
Just to explain why we went to Mount Edgecombe Park for this. But it's a really lovely tie-up, isn't it?
When we visited, when we went to visit them, it was wonderful because when we left, we drove. You're supposed to drive 5 miles an hour anyway, and we were. But as we left, you could see all the camellias lining the drive as you left.
Nice.
And there was like am I right? There was a South American collection and the African collection, and you could see all these. They're beautiful, and they're all flowering.
I was going to say it's not long now, is it? They're starting to flower.
They are
here at the hospice, aren't they? So
So if people want to take part in Love to Remember,
Yes.
what do they need to do? Visit the website?
Visit the website, and there will be a dedicated page with a link for you to go on and sign up if you wish to do it. As we said, there are only 40 available, and it's going to be first come, first serve.
Well, in fact, 37 we worked out yesterday.
Yes, we did,
because someone has very kindly paid for one to be planted in memory of Enid Dalton
Nice.
White, who
Yeah,
did all the
lovely.
work to make Mount Edgecombe happen. And then one is being planted in honour of St Julia's Hospice and one in honour of Mount Edgecombe Hospice, which is lovely.
Yeah, really nice actually.
Well, thank you for that.
Thank you.
You are listening to Two Old Chuffs, A Tale of Two Hospices. Gina and I are joined today by Judy Lawton, and we've just been talking about a lovely project beginning today, Love to Remember. Now we're going to talk in a moment about something very dear to all our hearts, cream teas. So Judy, tell us about our attempt, listen to me grandly, your attempt to break the Guinness World Record for the biggest cream tea.
I know. This idea was formed nearly a year ago, and it's grown and has legs now. And it took a while for Guinness to approve the application. And at the time when we applied, Kath Kidston held the record in 2018 with 978 people. She had Mary Berry as the ambassador. So we thought we'd try and break it. And since then, the National Lottery broke it in October with 1,054. And we thought, no, that's in Gateshead, so we've got to bring it down to Cornwall. But then in November, Mercedes-Benz in China broke it with 1,088.
It's got to come home.
It's got to come home. It's absolutely got to come home to Cornwall, the home of the cream tea jam first party. So yeah, there's been a lot of work going on, and I have been amazed and stunned by the enthusiasm that has got behind it, the Cornish businesses that have come forward to help in any way they can. The media's gone a bit mad, and it's really exciting and also quite frightening.
I was just going to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how overwhelmed are you at the moment?
11. I wake up, I go to sleep thinking jam and cream, and I wake up thinking jam and cream. I've now got a notepad by the side of my bed frantically writing things down that I need to keep on top of, because actually it was 5 months. What's today? February the 14th. So we're looking at just over 4 months away. This is scary.
Soon.
And 1940s theme. So there's still an awful lot of work to do. I need as many volunteers before and after on the day.
Can they, if they're interested, can they log in with you on the website or volunteer?
Yes, if they
that
go,
way?
there's a page on
Fantastic,
our
okay.
website
Yeah.
dedicated, and there's details. There's telephone number. There's an email address to
So if you
contact
had a dairy
us.
allergy or you didn't like tea, you could
Don't-
come and support.
Come and volunteer, because the Guinness rules are very, very tight. You have to drink a cup of English breakfast tea, and you have to eat a whole jam and cream scone. Jam first.
Easy.
No problem.
Easy for some, not so easy for others, but we can do gluten-free scones,
Brilliant.
but we cannot do double cream, whipped cream, single cream. It has to be clotted cream. They're very...
Specific on the criteria.
That's the word I was looking for. They are very specific about what they need to do. And then there are stewards, like adjudicators, who will monitor a group of people that they've been given to make sure that they drink that whole cup of tea and eat that whole scone.
Serious.
And if more than 10% of the participants default, the whole attempt would be disqualified. So we're not making rules up for rules' sake. This is the Guinness World Record telling us how we have to conduct this. So it's on Saturday the 20th of June, 2 till 5.
And where is it? Where's it happening, Judy? I'm stirring now.
The exhibition hall known to most people as the Cowshed, at the Royal Cornwall Showground, Woodbridge.
I'm only also, we went to a meeting at the Royal Cornwall Show, and I was trying to be very particular and talk about the exhibition hall, and Judy kept calling it the Cowshed, and I could see Chris Riddle, the secretary, just looking a little bit more cross with her each time she called it the Cowshed.
He kept saying to me, the exhibition hall. And I've gone out since, I've gone to the Young Farmers. It's in the exhibition hall. Oh, you mean the Cowshed? Everyone knows it as the Cowshed. So it's like, I say it correctly, as Chris Riddle has told me, but it is sort of AKA the Cowshed.
But I'm allowed to clip her ear each time she calls it the Cowshed. It's great fun. And how many people do you need to sit down? Does everyone have to sit down at the same moment?
Yes, so the party is 2 till 5, but at 3 o'clock we'll shut everything down to make sure that everyone's sat down. And I believe 3 o'clock we'll sort of sound a klaxon or something, and then it's like, ready, steady, go. And then there's like a window of half an hour. So we're trying to get at least 1,200 people sitting down. That's a tall order, 1,200 people. Although I have got some very enthusiastic people on Twitter who want it to be like 2,000.
Oh my word.
Yes. But you've got to remember that every table has to be laid with a tablecloth. They have to be cups and saucers, not mugs. And a trestle table seats 6, so it's at least 200 tables being decorated. And we need, that's something else. If people can't come, but they've got a tea set they'd like to give me, or a tablecloth, or knit a tea cosy, then send it in via any of our 30 shops across Cornwall for Judy, the cream tea lady, and it will find its way to me.
That's extraordinary. I can't picture 1,200 people having tea.
No.
I just love it that you're going to be the cream tea lady from now on. I shan't call you anything else, Judy. No, the cream tea lady.
It's on some of the labels that come into the shop.
Fantastic.
So is this a good moment to ask, is it scone or scone?
Oh, well, Tamsin, according to you, it's a scone until you eat it, and then it's scone. And I tell everyone that.
I'm proud of that. See, Gina kept very quiet.
Very good,
so I'm not getting involved in that argument.
Do you say scone?
A scone.
Oh, good girl. Scone.
Yeah.
Everybody's giving a thumbs up now.
Yes, absolutely.
You get corrected. I didn't realise that till
Yeah.
we started this journey. If you say scone, people go, sorry, scone.
Well, it was interesting on because I did get an opportunity on Spotlight, and I did make a point of saying it's scone, not scone. But it was quite interesting when Andy Bird dropped the jam and cream onto the sofa.
Yeah.
And that was live on TV.
Yeah, bless him. He won't forget that in a hurry, will he? No. The thing that I'm always amazed by is, for all our colleagues, the enthusiasm. But where do you get your enthusiasm? You know, I'd be sitting here now probably crying and rocking at the thought of 1,200 people for the afternoon tea.
Yeah, I do that when I get home in the evening.
Don't we all?
And my husband gets me off the ceiling and says, come on, we can do this.
But what drives you?
The charity, I just really, if you want to work for a charity, you have to be absolutely passionate about it. It's no good looking at it as a job. You have to feel passionate about it. And I've said to people in my talks in the past that when I started this role nearly 6 years ago, when I joined, it was a job. It was, I'd left the NHS, and it was a chance. I needed to earn some money, and I knew I was pretty good at fundraising from my children's PTA days. So I knew, I could do it. But as the years have gone on, you just realise what a phenomenal job those nurses do. And then nearly 2 years ago, I experienced it losing a friend, and I saw the nurses in action, and I saw the fabulous memories that we made with my friend in the hospice for a long time. And sadly, she passed here, but the family have nothing but marvellous things to say about us, and I agree. And even afterwards, the nurses, looked after me and the rest of the family. So, yeah, you want to give something back.
Absolutely, and I think, we hear that so much. But I was still thinking, actually, how are you going to dress 1,200 table places for cream tea? And I think that's what helps people do that. It helps people run marathons. It helps people, support through all sorts of ways. And going back to that early vision, isn't it, about wanting to make a difference and to have something within the hospices that actually is really different to what else is out there and available. And I think that's what we have here at Cornwall Hospice Care.
I think also what's been interesting is the cream tea particularly. Judy's talking to people I don't think we've either not ever talked to or haven't for a long time. And, you know, that whole raising the profile and reminding people why we're here. You know, Judy and I had the privilege of being shown around Pendennis Shipyard the other day. They've chosen our charity as their charity of the year. Well, you know, that's a privilege both ways, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And suddenly we're talking to people. The cream tea did that, didn't it?
Yes.
You know, and these connections are being made.
Oh, yes. I mean, and Twitter's gone mad. I mean, Twitter has been fabulous for us over the cream tea. I think my phone just pings almost continually. I can't keep up with how many people are following us and wanting to know more about it, and trying to get a celebrity involved and things like that. And it is about, people feel really strongly about having a cream tea record in Cornwall. And no disrespect to the charity, but people like to get involved when they do something they know they can do.
Yeah.
And it's a double whammy for them.
Absolutely.
If they know then they're giving something back to a charity.
And then there's just the tiny matter 2 weeks before of Royal Cornwall Show. Because we like to give
Yes.
Judy a challenge.
Yes.
You know, same month.
So hopefully selling tickets, because I've got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
See?
At the Royal Cornwall Show, which will take about 4 days of my life, I suppose, won't it? It'll use up about 4 days of my life.
I think Judy's taking July off.
Yes, I think I am. I'll come back about September.
Yes, exactly.
Just
Refresh.
in time for...
Yes, scrape me off the floor.
Got lots of plans, but just not breaking them until later.
And I also, officially made in Cornwall. Good old Tony Goodman. He's come on board and is not personally, but he's wrapping. I love that word. He's wrapping a double-decker bus. Do you know that sounds an awful sentence actually. Tony is wrapping a double-decker bus. Good old Tone. So it's going to be, this bus is going to say, join us for this cream tea party.
Brilliant.
And then Treronian have offered me 2 coaches, not one, 2 coaches to get people there. They're just going to be stopping and grabbing somebody by the scruff of the neck. You're coming.
It's fantastic,
Brilliant.
isn't it?
Yeah, no, it really is. And this is what pulls people together, isn't it, really? And it makes the event something really special. And a memory, really special memories.
Providing this all goes well,
It will.
I'll probably cry. As it's
We
over
cry
from sheer relief that it's sort of like, I'll be like a great big balloon that's being like fizzled down really, or the air's just coming out and I'll just collapse and somebody will pick me up and send me home.
Yeah.
But I do have visions of the tables and the music and the 40s, but I've also got to think about the bunting going up. I'd like posters if anyone's got any old memorabilia, if somebody's got, an old classic vehicle sitting in their garage that they'd like to bring and show off, anything like that. It would be absolutely brilliant.
Looking forward to it very much.
We all are, Judy. Some of us very happy to drink a cup of tea and eat a whole scone.
That's fine, scone.
Fine.
And don't forget them to buy your ticket.
You're in trouble already.
Scone
Right.
campus. And the tickets are £10. So if you want to take part in that, literally sit down and drink that cup of tea and have that whole, and be waited on and really looked after, the tickets are £10 per person. I think that's a good value price for an afternoon, especially if you, and like I would encourage the girls and the boys to get together and have a girly afternoon or a boys afternoon and make a bit of a do of it, really.
Brilliant. You can't
Great
not
to
be
hear
there.
that. No,
No.
absolutely
If we're
not.
bringing this record home, I think we've all got to be there.
Yes.
Cornwall
Yeah.
needs to be there, doesn't
Snooze
it?
you lose sort of thing, really,
Yeah,
isn't
love
it?
it. Yeah. We're in it to win it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Judy, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Thank
So
you.
it's The website, www.cornwallhospicecare.co.uk,
Yes.
to find out everything and to book your tickets and all that sort of thing. But also, if you want to get involved or just offer us some help or whatever, you can email us, 40 spelled FORTY, 40 years at cornwallhospice.co.uk, and then let us know if there's some way that you can help. If you don't want to take the cream tea, as Judy said, there's a mountain of other things you can do. Thank you for joining us for Two Old Chuffs, A Tale of Two Hospices, and our 40th anniversary part 2, suggesting there's going to be more parts. Next time we meet, we will be at the very start of Lymphedema Week. Lymphedema, I think, is a hidden part of our charity, and yet it's an enormously busy one.
Yeah.
So join Gina and I, and for that coming up very shortly.